One thing to know about combat is it locks you in a certain area. You can't necessarily use all of the active area that is here. It puts invisible walls up that you have to be careful of. It can get quite frustrating sometimes. We opened that chest and got 200 silver from it. It's given us a message.
There is no time to talk. We have to save the village from these bandits.
I know. I accidentally clicked on you. Don't worry. So now we have to head this way to the beach. Not far. There is a little cave here which heads to the same place, but there are these two baskets with silver in them.
Yet another village with no purpose. I will replenish our supplies and continue my search elsewhere. You will all, of course, have to die.
Heal. Attack.
1,000 cuts.
Let's, oh. You have a spear. You are going to die first, before I start having fun. The cannon will fire and you can get hit by it, so you have to be a bit careful. Let's have a bit of fun with these guys. It's so good! I won't be doing many harmonic combos for a while, just because I'm not a great fan of using Heavenly Wave for it. Once we get Storm Dragon, oh well, things will change. Because Storm Dragon is freaking beast. This guy, with his Wolverine claws, he is using Leaping Tiger. One of the starting styles that you can choose from.
1,000 cuts.
Right. You will see the little yellow arrow over to the left side of the screen. That means that we've leveled up. Just die, please. Just die, please. There we go.
What are you? Your skills are more than this tiny village warrants. But I also see something strange, an oddity. You could be an anomaly or a sign of who I seek. A further test is needed. These mercenaries are not the only threat I command. Let us see you contend with this!
Spooky, spooky ghosties. The main thing to know about ghosts is you can't use weapon styles against them. You also can't use support styles, so you can't harmonic combo them.
This is the end.
Oh no you don't. Oh no you don't, ghostly spear guy. It is quite amazing how much worse I get at playing a game when I'm recording. It really is. It takes concentration away from the actual gameplay.
Impressive. Clearly, I have been too dismissive in my search. This village will be torn asunder. Whatever you are hiding, I will have it. I have seen enough of your skills. You will die now, so I am not troubled later.
You will die now. Boom.
You! Well fought, my student, but I cannot risk you against a foe like this yet.
So blatant. We never thought to look in so humble a place. We expected an army. Your strategy, as always, is impeccable.
Your search is over, assassin, but no one will hear of your success. It would seem that my past is catching up to me, and you are destined to be swept along. You have faced your first spirit opponents far sooner than I intended. Dawnstar can explain the nature of such creatures. I must go and make sure everything is in place. I thought I had more time, but perhaps you are ready.
Thank you for your assistance.
Do not be so quick to thank me. My influence caused this attack. You were not meant to see this yet, but now there is no choice. I will explain the school. You have done well, but more than this awaits you. See to your fellow villagers and students, and return to me at the school. We have a great deal to discuss.
So here is the level up screen. We can click onto our character. Now we have ability points, 3 ability points each time you level up, that you can put into either body, spirit or mind. You can click balanced, which will just auto-assign them so that it's balanced. I'm happy with that, actually. That's pretty decent. Now we have 10 style points that we can use to level up our styles. Heavenly Wave I'm not going to be really upgrading at all. I could increase the duration, which would make it easier to do harmonic combos with it, but I'm not sure I'm even going to bother. Let's start by focusing on 1000 cuts, because that is our main style. Chi damage is for using Chi strikes by pressing E. This will consume Chi to allow you to deal more damage. I don't really use that very much, but I might do it a bit. I'm probably not going to level it up at all though. Let's start with 1 into speed, 1 into damage. Let's get that to 2. This costs more the further you go up, so 1, 2, 4, 6, and 10. Let's just leave that for now and have a look at Fortune's favourite. Damage, focus cost reduction, and speed. I'm going to end up putting points into all of these. Focus cost reduction is probably the most important one to start with. So I think I'll just put a couple into there. And I do have 1 point left. I think I'll just put that into damage. You can save points, but I won't do that for now.
We fought well against those bandits, but I had no idea Master Li could command that kind of power. He destroyed that ship so easily. This is so confusing. Master Li said I could explain the nature of spirits, but these were different. That sorcerer forced them to appear like wild dogs let loose. So many spirits seem lost, as if the way to their rest is blocked. I didn't think they were dangerous, but those on the beach, I sensed madness. Time drove them mad. You disrupted them by defeating them in combat. They will not reform for a long time. I hope there is peace in that, but I don't know. So much is worrying me.
So you think something's stopping spirits from going to the afterlife? Can I do anything to help you?
I was worried enough when we were expecting bandits. Now it seems there are dangers we don't even know about. Master Li called that sorcerer an assassin.
I noticed that.
Assassins don't attack at random. They have very specific prey. I don't want anything to happen to this home. I've never belonged anywhere else.
Well, they won't take it without a fight. Where did you live before this?
Would it be strange of me to say I don't know? I have very little memory of my home before coming here, even though I was 3 years old when I arrived. I remember moving around a lot, never staying anywhere for long, and for some reason, the robes of that sorcerer looked familiar to me. I don't know why. I'm sure it's nothing, just the memories of childhood playing tricks. With glimpses of the spirit realm invading my thoughts, I could have seen them anywhere.
Well, I don't find that strange at all. I certainly don't remember anything from when I was 3 years old. Why did you move around? How did you come here?
I can't remember specific incidents, but I am used to being shunned. People are not very welcoming of those who appear to not let the dead lay peacefully. Master Li said I was brought to him by a concerned ally who received me from yet another person. That person wanted me safe, but he said he couldn't ensure it himself. Master Li doesn't know who that guardian was or what I needed protection from. He promised to look into it, but he's not had time. Your training has taken precedence.
Well, I'm sorry for that.
My abilities are just a curiosity. You are the center of attention here. I prefer it this way. I can just be.
It's troubling to not know your past.
Yes, I suppose you know something about that as well. I hope this does not sound odd, but I am glad we share that. Thanks for this talk. The events on the beach worried me, but you always improve my mood. Let's get back to what you need to do.
Not just yet. Let's talk to you a bit more. Who are the people of interest in the village?
Well, we've already visited Gu Jin, who used to be a guard in the west, they say. Old Ming always has a story, and he's usually by the statue on the beach. Merchant Fen Do is in the village square. He's been expecting new goods any day now, for weeks. Oh, for training or learning the philosophy behind martial combat, go see Smiling Mountain. He is behind the ring, near the student quarters. He's always amusing.
Well, we've met him before. And there's old Ming. We'll talk to him next. How did you help Master Li find out about the restless dead?
I don't want to think about it too much. Manipulating Qi has not come as naturally to me as it has to you. The things I do are different. I can see spirit shapes and hear the odd whisper. Master Li was surprised, but he has not had time to look into it further. Your training is his primary interest. Hopefully I'll find my skills useful for more than just keeping me up at night. Could we go on to something else?
I'm sure they will be helpful if we're going to be encountering more ghosts. What do you know about the spirit world?
We are all spiritual creatures. When we die, our spirits are released to find their way to the underworld. The journey eases the transition from life to death. If their time among the living was troubled or painful, spirits sometimes get lost. They can seem almost alive and are often mistaken for living creatures. They usually only appear for a short time. They say what they need to say and then are drawn to the underworld.
What makes them so threatening?
If a person's life was very traumatic, his or her spirit can lose its way for a long time. They can go mad trapped in the world of the living. Maddened spirits change. They lose their connection to the living world and begin to channel darker emotions. They can be very dangerous. I've only seen hints of those. It's been enough. I'm very worried about what may be coming.
What happens to them in the underworld?
I don't know. That's the kind of thing old men sit on mountains to discover. Some say it is a place of judgment. Maybe it's about reincarnation. You'd think we could just ask the spirits themselves, but if we can't really understand our own answers, how can we hope to fathom theirs?
That's all for now.
Then we should return to Master Li so he can talk to you about this attack.
Right, so we've got Nijo here. He's the son of the guy that we saved back in the town. There's a lady over there that will want to talk to Dawnstar, but let's talk to Old Ming first.
Wanakapir sari awaf, van Sierra Suorofos Isinosaurus Usuno.
He has a lot to tell us. All of it in Thofan, unfortunately.
Tawi ir kawana ir sonir ipoki. Nararo, na pirapirni, niktakatashi. Unikasurir kwanano koni uknawata ir niknipier.
He's Old Ming, and I'm Furious Ming. Buddies. Might I ask you some questions?
Ikirnik tinapiru, wuiferek ukson puno.
Well, I'm a respectable, inquisitive young man, aren't I?
Unikasurir kwanano koni uknawata ir niknipier.
What are your thoughts on Two Rivers?
Yukutnik kung uno sa ir son kudnoka ukyorir.
Yir. Who are the important citizens?
Ir sonir unikasurir kwanano ir usoanata hoki.
Give me your opinion.
Wo anania ifewir uk sonarok noka uk snapir. Ikirnik tinapiru, wo iferek uk son puno. Sata tawe ir wo nawa fu kuno su kutnia awafawa ir sutok.
What do you know about Master Li?
Sairos tiusyat, saro rasipa ukar ir napsoaku.
How did he come here?
Nararo, na pirapirni, niktakatashi. Ikirnik tinapiru, wo iferek uk son puno. Satakwa ir nikarwa fan.
Who was Master before Master Li?
Nararo, na pirapirni, niktakatashi.
Niktakatashi.
Konir fuk no sankud na no wana nyapir. Isana yoyo. Konir fuk no sankud na no wana nyapir. Isana yoyo.
Tell me about the Emperor.
Wo anania ifewir uk sonarok noka uk snapir. Wo nikasurir kwanano koni uk nawata ir niknipier.
The Emperor is a greatly respected man. He ended something called the Great Drought. Is the Emperor neglecting the borderlands?
Konir fuk no sankud na no wana nyapir. Isana yoyo.
He must have greater concerns elsewhere.
Wo nikasurir kwanano koni uk nawata ir niknipier.
Can we talk a bit about the past?
Wuno wir na no ba irsu. Isana yoyo. Konir fuk no sankud na no wana nyapir. Wo soki po wir ukar soiro.
What do you know about the spirit world?
Niato wo nanapadi irovir. Koni uk nawata ir. Tasir sir tintu. Fonir wo wosi ye wo tahufu. Wo sun pononok. Yapapap nasia wir sa ye uth.
Tell me about the long drought.
Wo anania ifewir uk sonarok noka uk snapir. Yukutnik kung uno sa ir son kudnoka uk yorir.
The Emperor put all his influence towards ending the drought and saved us all, but there was a cost.
Wo nikasurir kwanano koni uk nawata ir niknipier.
The Emperor's own brothers Sun Qin and Sun Li were lost. But what really happened?
Ikirnik tinapiru wo iferek uk son puno.
The Emperor corrected whatever great offense to the heavens that had afflicted the Empire and thus ended the drought.
Sa ir Yakowak, Kokonato Siri Panonenico. Niato Nonapadi Irovir, Kuni Ugnawata Ir.
So, you don't really know, is the answer. You accept that, but you're too practical for ghosts?
Kunir Fuk no Sankud Nano Wana Nyapir, Isana Yuyo. Irkana, Unikasuri Ir Kwana no Kasa Ir Iruru. You could ni kunk uno sa ir son could noka ukyorir.
Indeed. We did just fight some ghosts right in front of you. But okay. Okay. How was the Empire formed?
Kunir Fuk no Sankud Nano Wana Nyapir, Isana Yuyo. Unikasuri Ir Kwana no Kuni Ugnawata Ir, Nik Nipi Ir. Kunir Fuk no Sankud Nano Wana Nyapir.
Tell me about yourself.
Osinsu Kokopir Fuku.
How long have you lived here?
Sa ir Yakowak, Kokonato Siri Panonenico.
What do you do?
Wo Anania Ifewir Uk Sonoruk Noka Uk Schnapir. Ikirnik Tinepiru, wo Iferek Uk Son Puno.
How long have you lived here?
Sa ir Yakowak, Kokonato Siri Panonenico.
Very little has changed. Why are you sweeping the beach?
Uk Sosa Sorano Fuk no, Rigni Ukni Akawanir Raponi. Wo Son Puno, Yapapat Nasia Wir Sa Ir Wooth.
That's all for now.
Gotro Tuaso.
You too. So that is the Emperor, Emperor Sun Hai. Nijo.
I'm so glad you and Master Lee arrived when you did. My father ran to the school gate to find students to help. Did he make it?
Yes, he did. We saved him.
That is a great relief. We tried our best, but without you and Master Lee, we would have died. Thank you. Hopefully Master Lee can shed some light on what led to this. A sorcerer in our little village? What is wrong with the world?
Well, we'll find out, won't we? We just gained open palm points. Woo! We won't be able to notice the change, it was so small. Now just this lady.
Oh, you! You're a friend of Dawnstar, right? I'm looking for her.
I am, she's right there.
Dawnstar, there you are. I know I haven't spoken to you in a while. I saw him again last night, and I remembered what you said. I wasn't as afraid.
I'm glad, Mrs. Zhang.
He seemed peaceful, if a bit lost. But I know it's not your fault now. I'm sorry for disturbing you and for what I said before.
Remember Zhang Jin, her son? He drowned last year after the mooring she tied let go. A sad accident. I saw his spirit and told her. She thought I was calling up ghosts. Some spirits return because of trauma, to rectify something that disturbed them in life or death. They are very focused. When the pain is gone, they find rest. At least they are supposed to. Jin's spirit told his mother the accident wasn't her fault. Now he wanders unconnected to this world and unable to pass to the next. Troubled spirits can be set to rest for a time, but unless the greater problem is corrected, it seems all dead are destined to wander until they go mad. I'm sorry, this has been difficult. I don't want to think about how it affects specific people. I'm still not sure I should have told Mrs. Zhang about her child.
You were right to console her, even if she didn't want to hear it.
I don't know. People just want to be left alone with their grief. I guess blame is easier to understand than chance. Come on, we should go see if the students are all right. Master Li will be waiting.
Yes, he will. He's going to have to wait for a little while, though. Side quests to do and things. This has changed slightly. This guy is here.
It's a good thing we have Master Li here. Don't forget his senior student. They say he's the one who dealt with many of the bandits.
That's me.
Wait, which one do you mean? Surely not that arrogant Gao boy.
Don't be silly. He's the one with that marvelous dragon tattoo on his back. He must have quite a few young ladies pining after him by now.
Yeah, that's me.
They say he's incredibly strong and can outlast almost anyone in the school.
Yeah, the rumors are correct. Fendo, the merchant.
Those bandits will think twice before threatening a town protected by the likes of Master Li. They were fools to even come here. The only shame is that their ship sunk. Think what we could have done with their plunder. Well, that's another opportunity lost.
Well, it did sink in very shallow water.
In this town, it's vital for a businessman to keep tabs on anyone with 2 coins to rub together. Things haven't been this slow since the long drought. That master of yours keeps things ludicrously stable while merchants thrive on strife. During the long drought, prices rocketed into the sky like fireworks.
Do you mean to say you wish for conflict? There's no trade to be found in stability?
I get by. I suppose I shouldn't wish for strife lest it come knocking on my door. Besides, the bandits didn't do as much to bring people to the store as I hoped. So maybe stability is underrated.
You don't like Master Li's leadership?
I can't say that. He's a wise man who sees to the heart of things. If I were to complain about anything, it's how few students he attracts. A skilled master could bring a lot of people into this town, but he is very selective about who comes. That's his business, I'm sure, but it affects my business as well.
That's true, there aren't a lot of students around, really, are there?
Happily. We don't need to waste time on my gripes when there's silver to be spent.
And where do we live? Like, where is our accommodation? I'm not really sure about that. I want to talk about the village.
You'd think the recent attack would have people buying supplies or weapons or something. But alas, business has not improved.
Who is important around here?
Who could be more important than Master Li? He is the anchor of this town, and none question his wisdom. Two Rivers has always accepted the masters of your school as leaders, but none have taken to it with the skill, authority, or wisdom of your master.
How are the students viewed?
No different from anyone else. If you keep to yourself, no one bothers you.
Are there exceptions?
Well, you are always asking questions. That can be tiring. Although I do prefer that over Gao's posturing, he is not well liked. But his father has money, so he gets his way.
I've noticed. No one has said a single good thing about Gao, I don't think. Have they?
If you wish. What do you want to know?
I want to ask some things about the Jade Empire.
I've never set my eyes beyond the horizon you can see from here. There must be someone else you could ask.
Well, there is, but we can ask you as well.
I send my thanks to the Spirit for successful journeys just like everyone else. I don't have any special insight. Why not ask your friend there? Dawn Star knows more about the Spirit Realm than anyone, it seems. She's been a great help from time to time.
Because I have already, okay?
I do what I can to help, good merchant. That's all any of us can do.
Why have I turned to look at Dawnstar? Tell me about the long drought.
I grew up during the worst of it, but I don't remember much. Just the joy when the Emperor put an end to it. Two Rivers was almost deserted by that time, but Master Li arrived soon after, and we've had peace ever since.
How is the drought stopped?
I don't know. That's why the Emperor is the Emperor, and I'm content to be here. I don't need to worry about it.
Okay.
If you wish.
What do you have for sale? Oh, tell me about yourself first. He doesn't actually have anything for sale, anyway.
I have nothing at the moment. I can't keep my stock up. People are scared to travel, which prevents goods from getting here. I must apologize.
There you go. So there wasn't much point in me waiting.
I do what I can, but the ghosts and bandits limit travel. They viciously force many caravans to turn back. To hear some of the caravan masters talk, there are problems of this type all over the Empire. I will be sure to let you know as soon as anything comes to town.
Good, you do that. Let's ask him about himself.
Well, there isn't much to tell. I'm just a simple merchant trying to ply his trade in a town that resists spending money. One day the gods will recognize my suffering and elevate me to their ranks.
Okay, goodbye.
Do come back when the weight of your silver is slowing you down. Always happy to help.